Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to upgrade the welding table. So some of you guys may have seen that I built this little bracket right here to mount my plate shear on, and it plugs into a trailer hitch receiver. And I made a receiver tube that bolts on to the underside of the workbench so I can slip it in there and work on it. Well, I decided that the welding table needed a similar treatment. So I've already started, made this guy, just a tiny little stubby piece of receiver tube, and welded some plates onto it and bolted them down with some 1/2-inch bolts. And the vise is on its own little fixture that just bolts onto it like so. The vise used to live right here, but well, now it's a little more usable. So vise can come out, and now we can plug that plate shear in or anything else. The other thing is that the way I've made most of these is that you can actually put them in from this side or from this side. So it's open on the back, everything's nice and even, and I've got these two little set screws to tighten down. You can also use the hole and put a pin through it if you need to, but I think most of these are just going to get tightened with the set screws. But I've got more than a plate shear and a vise, so we've got a few other tools to upgrade. And the first one is going to be the chop saw. And if you see this pile of metal right here, I've already been busy using this to make its own base. So this pile is going to bolt to the bottom of this and stiffen it up and make it able to be mounted on that same sort of system, which also means that I can then mount it to there if I need to. So one main issue with this saw, I do love it. It's a metal cutting chop saw with like carbide teeth, but the base itself is pretty floppy. So this tends to flex and kind of make the cuts a little less precise. So hopefully making a fixture for it to plug into a little dock will also stiffen this up. So my little contraption is going to take the place of these feet. We're just going to unscrew them, remove them, and then this piece of box section is going to sit in there. Hopefully like this, lying flat if it can do it, otherwise it'll be vertical. And then we're going to bridge that with a plate and then have our receiver tube sticking off, well, that's the back side, so off the back side. And that should hopefully make everything nice and stiff. So the first thing we're going to do is remove these feet. Yeah. There we go. Fun thing is, this is actually threaded. I wasn't really expecting that to be threaded, so I might actually use those holes, or use those threads. So I'll have to pick up some, probably have to pick up some new metric bolts. But yeah, just going to get them all gone, flip it upside down, and we'll start marking things and laying it out. Alright, so I got them removed. Unfortunately, the one on this corner, I couldn't get the screw out because I need to take apart the entire pivot to get this guy off, and sticking a screwdriver in there, I was able to just barely get the head, but I stripped it out. So I'm going to have to deal with that later, but what I'll probably do is just leave the screw in there and just drill the right hole and put a nut on. And I may actually just do that with the rest of these, but it's going to be a lot easier if I start by... it'd be easier if I could start without having that in place, but either way, it should be fine. I measured these guys. These are 7.5 inches, and so what that's going to mean is that with a 1-inch wide, because I did have to stick it vertically, to be center to center, be 7.5 inches. The inside is 6.5, So I've marked that out. I've also measured / eyeballed how much this needs to stick out so that I can have a plate going up and have my my like nubbin guy sticking off the back, because I don't want to do this. I want it to be flush with the ground. So yeah, that's kind of how we're going to go. And I've got it all laid out, so I'm just going to start by tacking these in, confirming everything's nice and square, and then I'll add the other plate over there. Alright. Well, they still look parallel, so that's good. Let's double check that I didn't screw up. Gloves are hard. 6.5. Close enough. It's a fuzz. I mean like a 64th. So that should be pretty good. So now I'm going to figure out what's going to go back here to separate these, because that's too small. I thought it would end up being this guy, but that's also too small. So I'm going to find a piece of plate and weld that in there. But again, obviously it has to be the same thickness as that. So after some digging and thinking, I found that the offcut from these guys was just a bit longer. So I was able to cut it down to 6.5 inches. And I'm using these guys, which are the same thickness as this, to space these ends up. And then what I'm going to do is weld this piece in offset by that much. That way, when it sits on a table, it'll be nice and flat. So just going to tack this one in and keep going. Alright. Again, that's still nice and parallel. So really all I gotta do is, if it wasn't for that one hole, well, I still might be able to. I'll measure for that hole, drill it in, then I can offer this up to here, and then I can just drill the remaining 3 holes. But first, I'm going to finish weld this. Alright, it's a new day, everything's cooled off. I've got our first hole drilled. This is the one that I couldn't remove the screw. So now we're just going to take this guy, line that up, get this centered, and now we can take our center punch and punch the holes. Line it up in the middle of each hole, and we're going to punch it. And I did see that I am actually a little out of square, but I don't think it's enough to really matter. Alright. Yeah, those all look pretty close to dead in the middle. This is why I usually use the drill press. Alright, I've got them all drilled, and then I drilled through and put a 1/2 inch hole in the bottom so we can get a socket through there. And I've got all the screws back on here. I'm just going to put the screws in and then just put the nuts on, put some nuts on the back side, and that should work. But line this up. There we go. Now I've just got to take this plate and we're going to weld it to the back right here. Just kind of tack it in place for now, and then we can start adding our little receiver trailer hitch, little piece of 2x2 square tubing in there. But start with this, then do that, and then probably add some braces, and then we should be good to go. Alright, got that welded in, got it braced with another piece of box section, and now we've got our piece to go in the receiver. This laid on the bench. We're going to line that up, and then we're just going to tack that in, pull it out, and then finish weld it. Alright, now we just got to finish welding. Alright, that's it. Just got to clean it up, throw a quick coat of paint on it, and then mount the saw for real. Alright, there it is. Got a coat of paint on it. Now I've just got to put the saw on and bolt it down. There we go. Bolted on. Good to go. Now I'm ready to cut stuff. And I can also take it out and mount it this way if I need it to be a little more secure. And then I can always just take it and just throw it on a bench. So kind of multi-use as far as that goes. And now I can also make a dock to just stick it in when I'm not using it, either on the wall or on the bottom shelf of the cart. Alright, so I think that's going to be it for today. Made some progress on the welding table. Next, I'm probably going to do the same for the bead roller, and I might also do some upgrades to it then, but we'll see what I can get done. But yeah, so that's going to be it for today, and if you want to see more kind of tool and workshop mod sort of videos, you know, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. So my little contraption is going to bolt onto... Alright, so after some thinking and some digging, the offcut from these guys was like, well, this much longer than this guy. So I cut it down, and I'm using these two guys, what I was going to use,